What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and today I'm bringing you another 40K battle report. So originally I was going to save this battle for next week, but with the release of the Tau Codex being today, I'm like, I gotta put it out there. So this is a 2,000 point battle, Xenos against Xenos. It is the Necrons going up against Tau. So this is the final battle before I start using the Tau with their new updated codex. So as of right now, it is Index versus Index. Now this is, how do I put it? I wanted to do this as a comparison to see how well the codex does in bringing the Tau up to speed as opposed to the Index Tau. So this Xenos battle is 2,000 points. I think I said that already. We both had only a single command point since we were both using the Vanguard detachment, and we decided to do 4 objectives that gave us 1 point for each objective that we claimed at the end of the game. Also, we had First Blood, Linebreaker, and Slay the Warlord. We went ahead and chose Vanguard Strike for the deployment, which was essentially kind of like table edges long ways. So for my battle army, of course I was using the Tau. I had a commander with a missile pod, a plasma rifle, 2 shield drones, a shield generator, and stimulant injectors. Of course, no Farsight Tau is complete without Commander Farsight. And then I had another commander with 4 fusion blades. I also had a 3-man crisis team with dual missile pods, another 3-man crisis team with plasma rifle and missile pod, and lastly a 3-man crisis team with dual fusion blasters. For that heavy support, it's still elite. Riptide, I gave it the fusion blade or fusion blasters, ion accelerator, and stimulant injector. And then I also had a ghost keel with fusion blasters, cyclic ion raker, shield generator, and stimulant injectors. And finally, I had a broadside with missiles on missiles on missiles. Overall, I had 1,999 points. I went with the really elite version of this. As most of you guys should know, I don't like using Fire Warriors. I like the Farsight Enclaves because Farsight's all about crisis suits, and crisis suits are what I enjoy. So let's move on to the Necrons to see what he's bringing against my Tau. So this man was playing 2,000 points on the dot. He had a Monolith, 2 squads of 20 warriors, a Cryptek, 10 Immortals, 3 Destroyers, 7 Death Marks, 7 Praetorians, and the almighty Catan, the Nightbringer. So in our deployment, I put all my Crisis commanders, or all my commanders for that matter, in the Manta Strike, as well as 2 of my Crisis teams up there. Everything else was on the board, and with the Necrons, he played everything on the board as well. So turn 1, he was going first, however I stole initiative. So turn 1, first turn came to the Tau. So like I said, I stole initiative, and I had all my commanders in Fusion Crisis drop from their Manta Strike. I had to do massive damage this first turn because I know that the Necrons are a very tough army with the reanimation protocols. So I came in with my units, but his Death Marks had an ability that also let them deep strike when I deep struck, so they came in as well. They fired at my Fusion Crisis team, however they only did 2 wounds, so that kind of sucked for him. And then pretty much most of my army just shot at his Death Marks, killing the entire unit and giving me First Blood. The Fusion Commander and the Fusion Crisis team shot at the Monolith, and it brought him down to 3 wounds. For the Necrons' first turn, everything moved up. The Fusion Crisis team was obliterated due to the Nightbringer, the Praetorians, and the Immortals. The Monolith and the Necron Warriors brought my Fusion Commander down to 1 wound. The Destroyers took Farsight down to 1 wound as well, and the Monolith charged my commander. Now thankfully the Monolith did no damage even though I only had 1 wound, but in return I only did 1 wound on it. So after the first turn, like I said, the Tau were up 1-0 due to me getting First Blood. On to turn 2 for the Tau. My commander moved out of combat with the Monolith, and the Monolith got taken down. It blew up, and it ended up taking 2 Immortals and 5 Warriors along with it. 7 more warriors fell, all thanks to my missile pod crisis suits, and 2 Praetorians died due to the Riptide and the Broadside. So things are looking pretty good right now. I'm hitting what I need to hit. Like I said, I took down his Monolith. His Praetorians have taken quite a bit of casualties, as well as Necron warriors. However, on his turn, 5 Immortals, 6 Warriors, and 1 Praetorian all came back to his reanimation protocols. This devastated me. Basically, all the damage I did was recovered. Like, that sucks really bad. And then things just got worse. My Broadside died to his Destroyers. The Immortals and the Warriors took down 2 more Crisis Suits, and the Nightbringer and the Praetorians attempted to charge, but they failed. But he was already doing a lot of damage at that point. So at the end of turn 2, I'm still up 1-0. Let's go on to turn 3. So Farsight Tau turn 3, I ended up using the Montka ability, I believe, due to Farsight. So my army basically got the advance and then still be able to shoot ability, as long as they're within 6 inches of Farsight. I believe that's how that works. But anyway, my entire army shot at his Praetorians, brought them down to 4, and then 6 warriors were also brought down due to my missile pod crisis team. So it's his turn 3, 4 Praetorians, 2 Immortals, and 3 warriors all get back up. Again, guys, I can't tell you how much that sucks. Veil of Darkness was used via his Cryptek, and an entire squad of warriors moved across the table right next to my Riptide. They fired literally everything they had into it, however, no damage was taken. 19 warriors shot at it, and literally I saved all the wounds. Really, really lucky, because I could have easily taken them down. The Praetorians shot and charged my Warlord. Luckily he survived, but only with 1 wound, and he managed to do 1 wound back. So it was a Hail Mary that I survived those freaking, I don't even know how many shots it was, because he was in rapid fire range of a few of them. So my Riptide was pretty good. However, I have been using his Nova Charge, and every time I use it, that's 1 more to wound, so I'm slowly whittling myself down, which honestly I don't know if it's worth it. But, I mean, it is what it is with the Riptide and the Nova Charge. But anyway, that's what happened. So, it can go either way, guys. Turn 4. So, basically what I had to do was retreat. Only 1 Praetorian died after my entire army shot at them. Really horrible, horrible rolls. And, it's, like I said, it's slowly looking bad. They're slowly beginning to overwhelm me. They're starting to reanimate faster than I can put them down. So yeah, the Necrons are, it's a matter of time. On his turn, he advances Catan. He took some wounds off of my Riptide. The Warriors and the Cryptek also took some wounds on the Ghost Keel. And then the Immortals finally took out my Warlord. So at the end of turn 4, it is Tau 1, Necrons 1 due to Slay the Warlord. 5th and final turn of the game. I literally pump everything I have into the Nightbringer, bringing him down to 3 wounds, and then Farsight makes his triumphant charge against the Star God. I hit him all 4 times, however I need 5s to wound, and I roll a 1, a 1, a 1, and a 4, so I could not bring him down. With only 1 wound left on Farsight, he fell to the Nightbringer, but just barely. I saved 3 of his hits due to my shield generator, but that last one went through and took me down. On the Necron's final turn, his Catan charged the Ghost Keel, but nobody died. It was just a standstill. Just stayed locked in combat. My Riptide, however, did die due to his heavy destroyers. The Necron warriors moved up and contested the objective that I had the missile pod crisis on. And that's pretty much it. So Tau only had 1 point for First Blood. The Necrons had Slay the Warlord, Line Breaker, and they took 2 objectives, giving the Necrons 4 points. So at the end of this final game between 2 index codices, it was the Necrons 4 to the Tau 1. So with this Necron victory, what did I learn? That the Tau desperately need Marker Light support. I foregone. I didn't take Marker Lights because I wanted to do more firepower, I thought. But yeah, hitting on 4s isn't the greatest thing, especially since other armies are hitting on 3s. Broadsides are way overpriced, and they didn't really do much. Same thing with the Riptide, he didn't really do much for his points. However, I really liked how Crisis Suits are. Toughness 5, 3 wounds is really amazing. But against the Necrons, yeah, it's an uphill battle. Necrons overall, they're just really resilient. Those reanimations are really deadly, so it kind of forces you to kill one entire unit before moving on to the next. And it's at one point I almost had his immortals completely wiped out. I believe there are only 2 left, but by the end of the game they were at full strength. From what I've seen of the new Tau Codex, I mean, it seems okay. There's a few point drops here and there, but nothing really that wows me. But there have been a few leaks on the Necron Codex, and it's way better than the Tau stuff. So I feel like if I do the rematch with my buddy, it might be the same thing might happen, but I don't know. We'll see what happens there. But expect a rematch nonetheless, and of course the Necron Codex comes out right after the Tau one, so stay tuned for more epic 40k battles, especially since the Tau are coming out with their Codex today. So go out there guys, get the new Tau Codex, let me know what you guys think about it, and give me some tips to playing Tau in this 8th edition. Again guys, leave your suggestions down below. Let me know what you guys want us to cover next in our 40 Facts videos, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'll catch you guys then.